So it's extremely hot in Nebraska right now. Temperature's been in the mid 90s to low 100s. So I'm taking advantage of this evening bite. The last couple hours of light here. Temperature's cooling down a little bit. It's actually bearable to go out and fish. And I'm hooked up. Just a small bass here to start with. About a 12 or 13 incher. I'm swimming a jig. This was on the weekend and there's a lot of people out here. A lot of them were throwing topwater poppers in the open holes. And they were catching some bass on them, but I like to do things a little different than the rest of the crowd's doing, so I can go fish right behind them and still end up catching some fish. And I'm swimming this jig, this finesse jig, through the weeds, and it's working pretty good. Using a black and blue jig with a junebug trailer on it. It helps to have a good rod when you're swimming a jig through the weeds, so you can feel when you're just getting in the weeds and when you actually have a bite. So I'm just reeling this jig in, just swimming it through the weeds, and bam! Bass on. Fish hammers it. Another pretty good bass here. So when you have a shallow weedy lake like this, swimming a jig's a good option. Fishing a swim bait or a fluke or something like that would be a good option. And like a speed or paddle tail worm would be good too, probably. Might have to try that and do a video on a paddle tail worm, see if that works good or not. So another pretty nice bass, 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. This jig in between the weed clumps, swimming it through around these big clumps of weeds and down the weed lines. The water's really warm, so these bass are active. Another pretty good fish on the jig. I like using this Lighter's finesse jigs because they come through the weeds pretty good, and these lighter wire hooks are a little easier to set. Get the hook set into these fish, and they don't tear them up so bad as a heavier hook would do. It's a little easier on the fish, it's a little easier on me, so it's a win-win. Probably lose a few more fish with the lighter hook, but I'm just fun fishing, so it's not the end of the world for me. This fish took a swipe at it when I was reeling my jig in across the top of these weeds right in front of me here, so I just dropped my jig back into the hole and he ate it again. So it wasn't a lot of a fight on this one, but one of the nicer ones I caught. Set up right on the bank. Pretty long, kind of skinny fish. So I'm going to play some music for the rest of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you on the next one.